What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining in. And today I'm so excited because I got a package in the mail. I've been waiting for this package since like December of 2021. So today I am so excited. I got a package. Let's open what we got. Don't need that. Don't need that. Here's a paper. Don't need that. And here we go. Woo-hoo. Let's throw this out. All right, this is the brand new Sony ZV-E10 that just released back in late 2021. It is very popular camera for YouTuber, for content creators. It's been sold out, and Sony, they've stopped the productions in December of 2021 because of the shortage of the chips. And it's been, pretty hard to find in the market. They're always sold out worldwide, and I couldn't get one. I've been searching. So recently, I got a message from B&H Photos that they got one for me. So I placed an order, and it came in today. I am super excited to open this box and see what we have inside. So here we go. Let's open this box. Check out what we got. Bunch of paperwork, manual, guides, and then more manuals in different languages, some warranty paperwork, and then here is the battery that included. Then you get wind muff that included. Get the charging brick, little block here, adapter for your charging, a charger. Then you have the USB-C cable. Then also came with the camera straps. So we'll put all of this to the side. And then the last thing is the camera. So we're gonna put the box away. All right, here we go. Let's open it up the camera. There you go. All right, lady and gentlemen, this is the brand new Sony ZV-E10. So the first thing that I realized this camera is that how small it is. It is very small. It's not any bigger than my like iPhone SE as far as the width. It is very tiny and sitting in my hand right here. I can easily put this in my pocket, like when I go somewhere. Wow, this is the brand new Sony ZV-E10. So first thing that I noticed when I opened this box, and it is very small camera, very compact, very lightweight too, compared to other cameras that I have. So this is my Canon G7X Mark II, and it's very compact camera. So I can compare this, let you guys see how. So they look same height, same thickness, same weight. Yeah, it's about the same size of the Canon G7X, and this is the cyber, camera that you just hold up, point and shoot camera. So it is very compact camera. You can put this in your pocket, and so does the Sony. It is very small and compact. So this lens that I have order included was the kit lens. It's nothing special, but it is something to have convenient, so that way you can take it with you anywhere you go, like go to the beach, go to the park. You get some great photos of your kids, and maybe some videos as well. Reason why I got this kit lens is because it is very small and compact, lightweight, so that way you can just pretty much take it with you whenever you need it, and you just pop it out just like that. It's very small and lightweight. Look at how small this is. It's very small, very lightweight, compact. So to put this lens back, you just gotta line up with the white dots, and then give it a little twist. Now you're back. So let's talk about the spec on this camera a little bit. I know that there's a whole bunch of people already talk about the spec on this camera, but then I still want to go over it. First, it is the 24.2 megapixel. It's an APS-C sensor, CMOS sensors. It is the next step down from the full frame. And the sensor is slightly bigger than the Micro Four Thirds. So this is somewhere between Micro Four Thirds and the full frame, which is the APS-C. This is the older sensor that I know of. They've been using this sensor since the early Sony 6000 6100, same sensor in here, 24 megapixel. But there are little features that they added in this camera that other cameras don't have because this is the newest coming from Sony. So looking at the top here, we got the hot shoes or cold shoes right there. Then after that, you got a square box for your microphone. And then you also have off-on button next to that. And then you got this big red record button right there. You can't miss that. That's pretty awesome. And then to the little next to that, then you get the shutter button when you take photos. It's just located right there. And then you have the zoom, right next to that as well. You can zoom in and out with that. Then you also have the C1 custom button right there. Then you have the focus and defocus button right there if you want to blur out the background, and then you can just do one push of button, easy, just for the people who doesn't familiar with the camera. If you want to get the defocus background, you can just press that one button and you're good to go. So that type of thing. And then you got the knob on the top. So pretty easy stuff. And also this camera does not come with the EVF for your eye. It doesn't include it on this one. I'm comfortable with taking photos and video with smartphones. I don't think I'm going to be missing that EVF because I'm mainly going to use this camera for shooting videos, maybe occasionally some photos, but mainly just for video. So I'm not going to be using the EVF so much. I'm comfortable with taking pictures with the cell phone, so I'm okay with just holding it up like this and take pictures like that. And it has a 3-inch screen that you can open it up to the side, articulate screen, and then you can kind of like turn it like that, and then turn it like that facing you if you're doing vlogging, and then turn it back this way. You can do a low shot, you can do a high shot just like that. So it's very, very convenient for you want to take a higher shot or you take a lower shot just like that, and then you can just twist it around and do like a selfie when you do video of yourself. This articular flip out screen is pretty awesome. I'm glad that Sony put this on this camera. And moving right along to the side here, you open up to the top here. On this little corner here, you have the microphone jack right there, 3.5 for that. And then you open up the next one, the bigger door down here. You have the USB-C on the top. And then below that, you have the micro HDMI for the external monitor or recording that you want to do. Then it also have the headphone jack down here for your monitor, your audio if you need to. For that nature, it is available right there. It's nice to have that so you can monitor your audio so that way you're not over peaking. And then on the bottom, we have the quarter thread mountain right here for your tripod. Pretty awesome. Then you open up the battery door just on the bottom here, pop it open. And it's empty because I didn't put the battery in, so just close it like that if you want to. And then right next to that battery compartment, you have the SD card. That's where you put the SD card in. So close it and then just give a little lock like that. It's stay locked. So pretty awesome. On the front here, you will definitely see the Sony ZV-E10 4K because it's shooting 4K on this camera. You also be able to do 4K 24 frames per second. You can do 4K 30 frames per second. And you can also shoot like the standard HD 1080p 24, 30 frames, even 60 frames, or 120 frames slow motion on this. One thing is that when you're shooting 120 frames slow motion, you are not able to get the audio. You won't get the audio for that. But it's okay. A lot of time when you're shooting slow motion 120 frames per second, you don't need audio because it's just mainly for B-roll to me, or maybe some kind of action. I don't really need audio for that. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Then on the front here, of course, you got your function button and all your dials right here. And then everything else I'll label out here pretty quick. I'm familiar with Sony camera because I use Sony camera for a long time. If you're coming from Nikon or Canon, if you're not familiar with their buttons, you might have to take a week or two to get used to their layouts. It's a little bit different. And we all know that Sony have pretty old menu system. They need to do update on that. Compared to Canon, is very, very convenient to use. But you know, give us some time for Sony to catch up. They have improved a lot over the years. Lately, I think their menu system is not so bad anymore. It's getting there. It's not so bad anymore, but it's better. So I'm glad that they're hitting the right directions. I just feel happy and glad that they gave us the articular screen. That's pretty awesome. And I know that you can also use adapter like MC11 or some kind of adapter that were third party built that you can adapt like Canon like glass on it. You can do that, but today I won't be doing that. That's for another video. Today I'm just going to be focusing on the camera itself with the kit lens. Pretty awesome, nice little lens. And then this kit lens has 40.6 diameter. So if you want to put a filter on, make sure that you get a 40.6 millimeter diameter thread on that, so that way you can get your correct size. This kit lens is actually pretty well quality built, got pretty good optic into it, and you know the glass is just way too close to the edge right here, so just be careful, don't scratch it. That might ruin your lens if you do that. There are two special features on this camera. One of them is product showcase, where you hold something in front of the camera, it will focus onto whatever that you're trying to show. And then the other one is to defocus your background. You want to mess with that. It also has like a beauty mode that where you can turn on the skin softness. More than likely, I won't be using that. If you are interested in that, you more than welcome to give it a try. Of course, they included the batteries, and this is the same batteries that they use in all of their cameras, you know, all the APS-C camera, the NP batteries. These batteries are, to be known, not the greatest, but you can get a pretty good an hour of video out of each battery is being fully charged. One thing about this battery is that you have to put the battery inside the camera and then charge it. It's a bummer because you have to wait for the battery to get charged before you can even use the camera. But more than likely, you can also hook up to a power bank and then use it from that point on. That way you don't run out the battery, this one, so quickly if you're just going to be doing like a studio type of thing. But if you're out and about somewhere, when you're out, you're out. So I you know, recommend you buy a couple of these batteries with you, so that way you don't run them out. Of course, you can always use the external battery bank if you are okay with the inconvenience and all that. Let's take a look at this wind puff, like a dead cat thing here. This is just to plug it into your hot shoes. Just basically just slide it right in, and then it goes the sideway, just like that. So now it's covered up the top of the microphone. So when you're out there in a windy area, and then, you know, it helps with the wind blowing on your microphone. You can even use it inside if you want to, but you don't have to. Just leave it off, so that way you get a better sound inside the house. Trying to figure out how you get this thing out. You just slide it right out. And then, of course, we all know that this is just the USB-C, and charge on the side here. It's pretty well known, nothing crazy on that. More than likely, at this point, I won't be putting the strap on because I want to play with it a little more before I put a strap on. If I'm ready to go outside, I would definitely put a strap on, so that way I don't just slip and drop my camera. So I'm going to be testing out this camera for the next 2-3 weeks, just to see how much I like it, and then we go from there. I'm going to open up the battery here and put it in, see what type of juice we have. You know, sometimes it comes in dead batteries, you have to charge it up. So pretty easy. You put the battery in. It's got the you know, the connector right there, let you know you got to face a certain direction. You put it in, it will click, will let you know. Push it in, it will click, let you know, stay locked, and then just close it like that. I don't have an SD card, so I'm going to grab myself an SD card and put it in here and just go from there. So I got myself, you know, cheap standard SD card just to do 1080p for right now. I have the better card coming in the mail tomorrow. I actually buying the standard 170 megabyte SD card, so that making sure that I can take 4K. This one is only 130 megabytes. I'm pretty sure you probably can shoot with it, but maybe just 1080, not the 4K. But you know, right now just for a try. I'm gonna put the SD card in, making sure that the SD card, the label facing the camera. Slide it right in, just like that, and give it a push, and then it will lock in place. Then make sure you close the battery door. Give it a little lock like that. Pretty awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on, and just to see what do we have here. And the power button just right on the top. Slide it over, and give it a second to power it up. So I'm gonna turn on the screen so that way we can see what we're doing. So anyway, the battery's dead. I'm gonna have to charge it and then come back to continue with the videos. But today is mainly just unboxing, just to show you guys that what we have inside this kit lens, the kit lens and the camera. Then you get the charging brick, the USB-C cable, the wind muff, and then also the cap for your lens. So I'm gonna put the cap on just before I actually dent it, and also you get a strap to come along with it. And don't forget all your paperwork that included inside the box. You want to keep that and read over it so that way you have a better understanding of this camera. And the last thing is that I have some accessories that I bought and I want to, you know, introduce to this camera as well. Let's see if I can get a box. So this is the box. I'm going to open it up, see what we have inside. Okay, let's check it out what we have here. I got two different items here, I think. It's just a paperwork. Put this to the side. So this is the filter from 40.6 to 77 millimeter, because I have a filter that I want to put it on. I'm going to test that out in a minute. And then also this is actually the cage from Small Rig that I purchased for the camera itself, because you know the camera is so small in your hand, you don't have very good grip on this thing, and plus there's only one hot shoe mount right here. I want to mount microphones and things like that, and I want to make sure that I have a better grip onto the camera so that I don't drop the camera when I'm out there and about. So that's why I bought this cage. Let's see if we'll open up this cage. Okay, put the box away. They gave you an Allen key with it so that way you can tighten it up. And here is the camera cage. So it is metal construct, pretty well built, good quality. We all know that Small Rig makes great product, great quality. Awesome. You know, this will allow you to put lights and microphone, you know, things like that you can mount on the side here so you can build up a rig. So let's try this. I'm going to put this on. Tough to get it in. Slowly slide in. Make sure you line up really good so it sit in there nice and flush, just like that. And then go ahead, turn it upside down. They gave you this key that is magnetic, so that way you don't lose it. Once you're done with it, put it right back. Slowly turn this so that way it's screwed right into the bottom of the camera, making sure that it's nice and tight so that way it doesn't fall off. You don't want to lose your camera this way. So give a good turn like that, so nice and tight. And then don't forget about your key, so go ahead and slide it back in. It's magnetic, so it won't get lost. Just like that, slide right in just like that. So it's out of the way and not a problem. Pretty cool. And then, wow, this actually add a grip to it, so giving you a pretty nice holding. So with that, you have a bunch of quarter threads on this side, more on this side, and then of course on the top here. And then you can also attach your strap onto the side here as well. That's also included option. And the bottom is, you know, wide open so that you can take your battery out. Not a problem. See, I can just pop it out like that, not blocking in the way. Great design by Small Rig. This will add a little bit of protection to your camera in case if you accidentally drop it. You're being protected by the cage a little bit to a certain extent, depending how it falls. But you have a hot cold shoe right on the top here so that you can mount something if you want to. Other than that, you have a bunch of holes on the side here with the quarter thread so that you can screw right in. So this will add a little bit of grip to your camera, so you get your camera a little bit more protected. Plus, it makes your camera a little more heavier. You're gonna feel more heft into your hand so that you have a better handling on this camera. I don't know about putting the cage on. I didn't put on my gimbal. I haven't think of that yet, but we have to figure out that later on. But right now, it's actually really nice cage for your camera because it does add a little bit of heft to it, and it's giving you a great protection on it just in case you slightly drop it or something. And it sits on the table pretty flat. It doesn't just fall over. So this is my 77 ND filter. This is one of the very ND filter that you can adjust from minimum to max. I'm going to take this adapter out so that way we can use that. This is actually a step-up ring from Sennheiser. I'm going to add this on, take the lens cap out, and then carefully line it up really good, and then give a little turn into it. Make sure that you don't over tight this thing. Just get it in there, and that's all you really need. So far pretty good. It's right in there, and I don't want to over tight it because, you know, here is the ND filter that I was talking about, 77 millimeter, and then just give a little slowly turn. There you go. All right, so I have the filter, put it on. This is the adapter from 40.6 to 77 millimeter, and then I have my ND filter, put it on. When you're shooting at 1.8 aperture, you're gonna want to use this filter to bring down your lights. And the ND filter is basically just sunglass for your camera, and you know, is to control how much light you allow coming in, so that way you can have a wider aperture. It's quite big, you know, but it's okay to me. You know, I don't mind holding a camera with this big of a lens in front. It's not in the way, because once I flip the screen out, it's still out of the way. The filter is not blocking the screen, so it's still good. It does look quite big on the camera here, but I don't mind it. I think it's pretty cool. It's myself. That way, when you're out there, you're holding this camera, taking a picture, you know you're having you know, pretty good filter protecting it, getting great shots with it. I'm okay with having a big filter on. I don't mind it. It does look kind of semi-pro, I guess. So yeah, with this setup, I think it is pretty cool. I really like it. Great in the hand. I'm just happy that I was able to get this camera. Many people are trying to buy this camera at the same time. They couldn't. I'm just lucky enough to get my order through B&H so that I got my copy of this camera. I'll be testing this camera for the next couple weeks just to see how it goes, and I will come back and give my full review on this camera once I charge the camera up, and then go from there. And if you guys haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe for more information about this camera coming up in the next couple weeks or so. I will be continue using this camera for the next month or so. I will understand this camera to the bottom of it, and then get more footage samples for you guys to check it out. But anyway, thank you so much for you guys joining in today for checking out this unboxing brand new Sony ZV-E10. If you guys have any more questions, please leave it down below, or you can also click on the link if you're interested in buying this camera. You can pretty much order anywhere on the internet, but they're out of stock right now. You know, you just have to wait when they get the stock back in the market. But thank you again for joining me. Thank you. Until next time, take care, everybody.